What's going on YouTube? Joe Miner 3131 back again with the DFS Quarry channel here on YouTube. Gonna break down the Tuesday, December 11th, 2018 main slate. We got 10 games we're gonna look at here. Jared's not gonna join us tonight. Probably working, I think. Not certain. Before we get started, hope you like the video. We're gonna go here and if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, stick around, see what we got to offer. We hit that 100 subscriber mark, we're gonna have a contest, give away a free hat. Winner will have choice of hat. With that being said, 10 games by myself, gonna jump right into it. I'll use the screen share for this video here. And we'll get started. First game up on the slate will be the Arizona Coyotes heading into Boston to take on the Boston Bruins. The Bruins are a -185 home favorite here, 5.5 over under in this game, and I seem projected using daily faceoff. Dailyfaceoff.com, they have Kemper and Rask in the net. I'm not certain that's how it's going to work out, but that's what they have projected. I figured it'd be Hill myself for Arizona. But that being said, looking at it here, Arizona side first. What I'm seeing here really for me is Galchenyuk, Schmaltz, and Clayton Keller. Big 10-game slate. I don't think you need to drift any further than that off there. Yeah, I don't think you really need to go anywhere else. I think that'd be it for me. Maybe a shot on Richard Panik. But like I said, that would be it for me. So it'd be those four guys there. Forward-wise, Panik, Galchenyuk, Schmaltz, and Keller. Defensively, I'm not liking anything. Nothing. No defensively. Yeah, nothing defensively for me at all. Scroll down here. Let's see here. Yeah, see, they have Aiden Hill here. Their starting goalie page, they have Kemper. I'm thinking it's going to be Hill. But either way, I don't want either Coyote goalie. It doesn't matter. We'll jump over to the Boston side. Now, I do have interest in the Boston side here, as far as that goes. And I got interest in Tuukka Rask or Halak. Either one, I think would be a fine play in this spot here, to be honest with you. But as far as the forwards go, Pasternak, Krejci, and David Pasternak and Brad Marchand. I like those guys on that top line. I like David Backes and Colby Cave off the second line. You could take a shot on Heinen too. He's just not really getting much ice time. So really just Backes and Cave, I think, for me. And then the top line. Defensively here, I think Torrey Krug, even though he's 5,800, I think he's in play. Brendan Carlo is shooting the puck a lot at 2,700. He's getting a lot of ice time too, so he's out there. It would be Krug and Carlo, I think, are both in play here. Like I said, slipping on down, we'll take a look. Rask, he's okay. Halak, not too well here over the last 5, but I still think he would be in play for me either way too. Yeah, I'm going to write down Torrey Krug and Carlo. So I think they're fine plays defensively. If you really want to load up on Boston. And I am a fan of Boston this game. Next game up, Los Angeles Kings heading into Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Sabres. As we know, Buffalo is, a little bit on a downturn here, downswing. I think it should be Pedersen and Olmark. So, with that being said, I got interest in Olmark, I think. If it does turn out to be him, I don't see why it wouldn't be Sutton, no, or Hutton. We got to pay attention to these goalies, guys. I look at the sites, man. I try to get projected out goalies as much as possible, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna write down Hutton too, just so I remind myself. If it's Hutton, I got a lot of interest in Hutton. But if you do want to play Los Angeles here, I'll talk about it. It'd be Brown, Kopitar, and Iafallo. I probably wouldn't even play Iafallo. It'd probably just be Kopitar and Brown. And then I like Toffoli off the third line. Actually, I like the third line all the way around. Really just Kopitar and Brown, though. I mean, I don't see the point in going to LA. I'm not going to go to LA, certainly. Forbort, defensively is okay. I like him over Drew Doughty, especially that price tag of $2,800. It's a really nice price tag. We got Jake Muzzin, 3,500. Vandenberg, 2,500. Yeah, no, I just think it would be Forbort for me. And let me see, they have listed quick. Yeah, it should be Pedersen, I think. He's playing well as a rookie. We know Raiders fans, big fan of Pedersen. Cal Peterson. I don't know how they pronounce all these names. Buffalo side for me. I think it play what you know. Certainly, I think Skinner, Eichel, Sam Reinhart, the top line. That's where I want to go. That's where I want to get my exposure. That's it. That's it for me. I hate to say that, but it is. It's just Skinner, Eichel, and Reinhart for me in this one. Wish I could say different. I can't. Darlene, as far as defensively goes, a rookie, he's playing well. 4Ks, that's a really good price. Ristolainen at 5,300. I think you can feel pretty safe paying up for that. He's active. We know that. And like I said, Hutton for me is just no, it's not Hutton. What am I missing here? Hutton is out, injured. Wow, I didn't know that, guys. So it explains it. It will be Olmark. Am I interested in Olmark? No, I'm not. I don't want a goalie from here at all. Not sure how much I'll be on this game. I do kind of like the Buffalo side, though. I like that top line. Wouldn't mind pairing them with either defenseman either. Running 4 of them. I don't think that'd be a bad idea. I don't think it'll be heavily done either as far as that goes. Next game up, Toronto at Carolina. Toronto is a -125 visiting favorite here. We have an over-under of 6.5 in this game. It should be Freddie Anderson. And they have Mrazek projected to start. So, with that being said, we'll jump over. We'll take a look at the Toronto side here. I can see some ownership going to Toronto slightly. Carolina, we know, shoots a ton. So, I think Freddie Anderson is certainly in play, both for cash and GPP. Mrazek, on the other hand, I don't think is in play. There's lots of plays here as far as this goes for Toronto's side. Connor Brown, Tavares, and Mitch Marner, I think, are all 3 in play. I like Johnson, Matthews, and Kapanen. Maybe not so much on Kapanen. Andreas Johnson, not either. I don't think I'll go there in this slate. I don't think you need that. Matthews is obviously a great play. Marlowe, Kadri, Nylander, I'll keep them wrote down too. I think they're good plays as well. So, as you see, man, there's all kinds of plays here. Defensively, Riley's a little expensive for me at 6,300. I think I'll stay away from that. Hainsey as well. 3,100. I just don't see it there either. 4,200 for Gardner is more interesting for me. Zaitsev has a floor at 2,600, I think. So Zaitsev for cash would be okay. But 4,200 for Gardner, I think you can consider that. And like I said, Freddie Anderson, man, I got him circled. Really going to dive into him. Great play. Toronto's great plays all the way around. Take a look here at the Carolina side. It is Martinook, Sebastian Aho, Teuvo Teravainen. I'll play all three of them. Second line is not in play for me, but I do like the third line of Svechnikov, Wallmark, and Williams. So I think if you can fit these guys in, I wouldn't mind a little bit of a game stack, but I really like Anderson, so I don't know how much. I guess if I go a little heavy on Toronto, I'm going to have to run a hedge stack anyway of Carolina, just in case. But I like Freddie Anderson. But, it'd be those six guys for me here from Carolina if I wanted to play them. It would be Teravainen, Aho, and Martinook, or Svechnikov, Wallmark, and Williams. That's a pretty good game for plays, guys. Definitely DFS relevant as far as all that goes. Next game up, we got the Vancouver Canucks coming off a big win, heading into Columbus, take on the Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are a minus 180 home favorite, 6 over-under for this game here. Boy, I like this game. I don't want a goalie here. Although I think that if you wanted to take a shot on Bobrovsky in the GPP, okay. That's fine. But I don't want a goalie here. I don't want Markstrom or Bobrovsky. Vancouver line here. Guys, I played this Sunday, the early slate. The second line, Josh Levo, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser. Besser had the hat trick. Pettersson ended up with 5 points in the game. I really like it. It's since what happened here is since Edler come back from injury, man, Vancouver is playing much better, man. They said 6 goals. I think they won 6-1 or some shit like that. So I really have interest in Levo, Pettersson, and Besser again in this game. I don't mind Goldman or Horvat and Virtanen as well. I think they're in play. Why not? This is I do. I draw a lot, a lot of interest here. Yeah, no shit, Raiders. Good. Nice, man. You still got guys left. But regardless, Edler's in play at 5,200 defensively as well. Don't know if I'll be all alone playing Vancouver here or not, but I really like him. I do. No goalie, like I said. We'll jump over and talk about Columbus because I think there's there's plays here for Columbus as well that'll draw some interest. But I'm really, with Columbus being such a heavy favorite in this game, I'm really on the Vancouver side of this, I think. Panarin, 6,200. Luke Dubois, Cam Atkinson. What I noticed with this is that these guys are great together, but what I noticed is the last game out, they weren't on the ice a ton together. So I'm not sure what happened there. I'm going to have to dig into that. 44.9. That's a good score, man. Real good score. I didn't get up that high today. Not at all. Some of my lineups just flat out nosedived. It was horrible. 44.9 is a good score. Good job, Raiders fan. So Panarin, Luke Dubois, and Cam Atkinson. I'm not going to talk you off that line combo there. All I'm going to caution you in is go over to left wing lot, check out their how often they was on the ice together in their last few games. Maybe get an idea. But what I found was a little weird for me. But it's kind of what is pushing me away from Columbus here. So, like I said, Panarin, Luke Dubois, Cam Atkinson are fine plays if you want to go there. Maybe little Boone Jenner I could see, Josh Anderson. If you want to go down to the third line, I don't recommend it, but Dubinsky and Winberg. Yeah, I just don't have a ton of interest here. Defensively, Seth Jones, man, is a beast. We know that. I think he's in play every time he's on the slate. 6,100. If you can get there, get there. Werenski, same thing. 4,500. He's certainly in play as well. If you want and you feel like you need just a piece of Columbus here, you could 4,500, grab a little bit of Werenski, but I just don't. Man, I can't. I'm gonna be, full disclosure. I can't see me playing Columbus tomorrow at all unless it's really just on the defensive end. I wouldn't mind running a Levo Pedersen Besser line combo stack with a little bit of Edler, maybe, and run that back with Jones or Werenski, just to get maybe a little slight game stack going there or something. But yeah, Columbus I don't have much interest in. Next game up, Detroit Red Wings heading into Washington, take on the Washington Capitals. Washington is a minus 240 home favorite here. Over under of 6 in this game. We'll check out the Detroit side here. Of course, Daily Faceoff had Howard projected to start. However, I don't think it'll be Howard. Probably Bernier. But at 6,700, you want a shot in the dark GPP. No. Not for me. No goalie from Detroit, regardless of who it is. Washington should be running out Holtby. I got some interest there. If you want some Detroit, really, honestly, for me, Nyquist, Larkin, Abdelkader. I know they didn't score the goals today. It was Franz Nilsson. I like him as a one-off play. But that would be the extent of it, really. Maybe if you want to take a shot on Athanasiou, I just don't have any interest in him. It would really be Nielsen, probably more so him than anybody else, just as, a one-off play. I don't really want to go anywhere else. Those four, Abdelkader, Nyquist, Larkin, in one-off, and of Nielsen. Defensively, Cronwell is okay at 3K. Mike Green at 4,700. They're not really jumping off the page at me. And like I said, man, Washington's a powerhouse, I think. And, We know Detroit's on a back-to-back here. So, it's Washington for me, guys. You know what I mean? Keep it simple, stupid, right? That's what everybody says, so that's what we'll do here too. I think it's Washington, and like I said, I do have interest in Hopi as well. Washington, I think they have Oshie up here. I don't know if Oshie's coming back or not. This is updated today, so if Oshie's back, whatever. I didn't want to see him back yet, but I like Ovechkin and Backstrom. Ovechkin is obviously very extremely expensive, but whatever at 8,100. I mean, he's in play, man. He's Ovechkin is Ovechkin, whatever. Backstrom, same way, 5,800. I think that's actually a super incredibly. Oh man, that's a great price for Backstrom. You got to play him at 5,800. I think. Certainly. Even the second line with Jakub Vrana, Kuznetsov, Conley, they're fine too. Washington gives their third line some pretty, some pretty decent run there as well. So Lars Eller, I like him. So with that being said, let's move on defense here. Washington got plays. Kempney, good value at 4,400. John Carlson, he's expensive, but he's John Carlson, 6,600. You want to run a stack of Washington, I think you got to get him in there. Raiders fan pointed out Washington's taken a lot of penalties, 20 in the last 5 games. That's a lot of penalties. A lot of penalties. That's something we'll have to look into. A good stat, Raiders. Moving on down, Dmitry Orlov, I don't want none of him. Niskanen, I mean, he's in play too. There's plays here, guys. And I like Holtby. So take a look at their defense. I really like some defense here. Really like to get John Carlson in there too. So these guys, I really like Ovechkin and Backstrom together. Kuznetsov with Jack Vrana probably more than anybody. So that's it for Washington. We'll move on. Next game on the slate, we have Florida Panthers heading into St. Louis to take on the St. Louis Blues. I think we got to have some interest in Florida here. Florida is a visiting -105 favorite. The Blue, and it's over under 6 here heading into St. Louis. Should be Luongo and Allen. Florida, for me, Dadonov, Huberdeau, and Barkov are great, right? I mean, yeah, that's where it's coming from. Hoffman, they got him back down on that second line, so I don't know what to think there. When was this updated? It was updated the 10th. You got to write down Hoffman. Obviously, he's in play. He's a point-scoring machine, really. And it's 6,600. That's not a bad price tag, so we got to look into him. We're going to try to get him in here with these guys. I don't think you can get them all in. It'd be really, really tough to do something like that. But I think Florida's in play here. Defensively for Florida, Keith Yandel at 5,500. He's still in play. Ekblad at 4,300 is in play. Matheson at 4,100 is in play. I really like Yandel and Ekblad here. I like Florida here, guys. I think we got plays on the Florida side. As far as St. Louis goes, none. I don't want no Allen for certain. I don't want no Chad Johnson either, if that's who it ends up being. I'll jump over to St. Louis. I will point out the people that I think you could take a shot on, but I am not recommending St. Louis. St. Louis does not score. They do not assist. They do not block shots. They don't do much of anything. If you want to play anybody, O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Braden Shen, Alex Steen. Carew just scored the other day, the last game out. But that's it. Steen, Shen, Tarasenko, O'Reilly. If you want to play them, okay. I wouldn't stack them up. Maybe as a possible one-off, fine. Defensively, if you want to play Parayko and Edmondson, I don't have a problem with that, I guess. I would play Edmondson over Parayko for the savings. And actually listened to an interview, can't remember who it was, that was just today, and they actually said that really Edmondson is the top goalie here, or the top defenseman on St. Louis, and it has been for some time. Numbers seem to show it. So Edmondson's in play. That's it for that game, man. St. Louis is not really how do you say it? St. Louis is not really DFS relevant at all. Next game up on the slate, we got the Ottawa Senators. And guys, if you haven't noticed, the combined team goals in the Ottawa games is kind of slacked off. So we got to kind of back off that stat we were using there for a while. Maybe you guys weren't, but I was on that stat for a while. I was stacking a lot of Ottawa games there, and it was working out real well for me. It's not like it wasn't. I was on it for a while. So we're going to get off that. But Ottawa heading into Nashville, take on the Nashville Predators. Predators are a massive minus 260 home favorite. Over under of 6 in this game. I'm looking to see Anderson and Rene. And actually, I want to check one other thing. Let me jump over to my sheets here. Do I have this sorted? No, I don't. Okay. Okay. Who are we looking at? Nashville. That's why I wanted to see Nashville. What are they doing over the last 10 games? Because I think they're not scoring, right? They are not scoring. Nashville's averaging 2.8 goals a game over the last 10 games. Ottawa not much better. 3.0. I don't like this game, guys. We'll talk about the plays. For Ottawa, I don't want. What are they shooting? I should have looked at that. Sorry. I should have looked at that while we were over here, huh? Nashville's averaging about 30.7 shots a game. Ottawa's down about 28.4. I don't want either goalie here, I guess. I thought maybe I might have drew a little bit of interest there, more so than I did. So it is Kachuk, White, and Stone for me. If you want to play them, and Mikkel Boddicker with Tierney and Batherson. That would be it as far as offensive plays go. And we know that Shabbat is in play every time he's on the ice defensively. So that's what I'm looking at. That would be it from Ottawa. Like I said here, neither team's really scoring. I look for this game to go under 6. Maybe Nashville gets it going here, if anything. And if I wanted to play this game, I think I would script it that way and play it that way. And I would stack the Nashville side heavy, and I play Rene with them. So if you wanted to run the Hartman, Johansson, and Fiala line, I wouldn't mind that, and stack them up with Rene. if he ends up getting the start, and run that as your play. You see if we got somebody defensively. Colton Sissons he's an okay play there, but it's really top line. Hartman, Johansson, and Fiala. That's the only people I would play here. Yossi's still doing his thing, man. So Yossi, I mean, you could take a shot on Ellis. Ekholm, really just Yossi for me. So for me, my attitude towards this game, it would be all or nothing with Nashville, and that would be it. I think that's all I'd be able to do here. Next game up, we got Chicago Blackhawks heading into Winnipeg, take on the Winnipeg Jets, who just put up 7 goals. I believe it was against Philly. Winnipeg is a massive minus 245 home favorite, over under of 6.5 in this game. And I will quickly talk about not playing Corey Crawford. Hellbuck will be in play for me, but as far as what we're looking at here, you want to play Saad, fine. You want to play Jonathan Toews, fine. Patrick Kane, fine. Anasimov, fine. Maybe a shot on DeBrincat. Nothing else. I want to do nothing else there, and I'm not doing that. I'm not playing Chicago at all. Defensively, maybe Duncan Keith, but to be honest, I don't believe that these guys are GPP relevant or relevant DFS plays on this slate. So no more Chicago, man. You're not going to see me there with Chicago. I can't do it. Winnipeg, however, I draw interest. I think we should be drawing interest in Winnipeg. I think they're clicking here just about the right time to really get it going, see what we got with these guys. So I think Ehlers, Scheifele, Wheeler, all in play. Big price tags. They are. They're expensive, but they're in play. I don't mind Cal Connor, Brian Little, and Patrick Laine. If you wanted to get a piece of this game and you want to stay relatively cheap, take a look here at this third line with Perreault, Adam Lowry, and Brendan Tanev. They're fine plays and extremely beautiful prices, and they're great plays on FanDuel too. If you're just trying to get a piece of this game, we could see this game going over to 6.5. We could easily see this game playing out the same way that the last game did with Winnipeg and Philly. But you could also get burnt. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So if you want to play Winnipeg, which I do, I'm scripting this game out 7-1, 7-2, something like that, 6-2 even. But I look for Winnipeg to get 5 to 7 goals here. I really do. So I think their top 3 lines are in play, just depending on the type of contest that you're going to enter. Defensively here, Trouba, Jakob Trouba is crushing, man. Tyler Myers as well. So Trouba and Myers defensively for Winnipeg. Both those guys are in play as well. Moving on, next game, we got the Montreal Canadiens heading into Minnesota, take on the Minnesota Wild. Montreal is quietly doing their thing here, guys. Don't sleep on them because they really are. They're quietly doing their thing. We like to see that. So what I like here is Drew Domi and Shaw, certainly. Give me a little bit of this second line too, except for Denault, man. Give me some Tatar and Gallagher. I like that as well. Defensively, Shea Weber, 5,700. That's a That's cheap. Man, he's one of the best goal or best defensemen on the slate, man, but he's not near the most expensive. I mean, you ask me John Carlson at 6,600 or Shea Weber at 5,700, there's no question for me. Give me Shea Weber. No doubt about it. Shea Weber is a great play. Jeff Petrie, 4,700. I figured once Weber got back, we'd be able to get off Petrie, man, but he's holding his own. Fine play, 4,700. Schlemko, if you want to do that, 3,800 just to get a little bit of defense here. You could do that. Wouldn't mind it. Carey Price. I'm gonna keep Carey Price in play here. I like Montreal to win this game. I really do. So we'll jump over. We'll touch a little bit of Minnesota Wild here. Not gonna hate on them totally here, but I don't want no Dubnyk. It should be Dubnyk in the net. Raiders fan threw it out there. I was gonna say, man, I can't remember what Minnesota's record. 3-7 in the last 10. Yeah, I'm not on Minnesota, man. I'm just not. I don't like Minnesota here. I like Montreal. I like Montreal to win the game. If you want Minnesota, Zucker, Stahl, Granlund, Zach Parise, Charlie Coyle, and Niederreiter is where I'd go. That'd be it for me. The top two lines, I'm not going to do it. I'm just saying if you wanted to do it, top two lines for Minnesota, fine. Defensively, I really don't like anything. Maybe Suter, maybe Bergeron, Matt Dumba. Nothing really. And like I said, I don't want no goalie. It should be Dubnyk, but I don't want him either. Jump over last game on the slate, man. Edmonton Oilers heading into Colorado to take on the Colorado Rockies. I actually think, guys, this is going to be the best game on the slate to watch right here. What I'm thinking with this, man, Edmonton, their new coach, what's his name? Hitchcock, right? This guy, has, man, I don't know what he's done, dude, but he's made Talbot play better in the net, and he's making Koskinen look like an all-star in the net, man. They are just, they're impressive, man, right? I mean, they're 7-2 or something like that, 7-3 since he took over. I think is what it is, something like that. So let's talk about it here. Koskinen, if it's Koskinen in the net, I like him. I'd like to take a shot on him. I don't know if he can do this here in Colorado, but let's find out. You know what I mean? Let's see if Hitchcock got these guys up playing the way we think that, or not we, the way I think he possibly has these guys up, man. So here we go. Edmonton should be chasing McDavid and Draisaitl. Maybe a one-off of Nugent Hopkins. But it's really the top line. That's where the scoring has got to come from. But the top lines are going to be matched up here. So maybe we don't see much scoring in this game. That's it. Tyratty's shooting, but he's not scoring. So there's not top line for me. Chasing Draisaitl and McDavid is where you go. Defensively, I do like Klefbom and Adam Larson. Darnell Nurse. They're all in play. I think it's actually Nurse and Klefbom for me more than the others. So, whatever. And like I said, I do have interest in Koskinen, 7,200. Great price. So we jump over here to the Colorado side. Man, I think this is going to be a really good game to watch, but I look for it to go under. I'm not looking for an over 6 in this one. I think it's going to be I tell you what, guys, man, I wouldn't be shocked to see a 3-2, 4-3 type game, maybe, but more like a 3-2, 3-1 kind of game is what I'm predicting here. Maybe I'm an idiot for that, but that's what I'm looking at. So top line, Landeskog, McKinnon, and Rantanen. Those guys are awesome. Those guys are certainly in play. Maybe you'll take Comfort off that second line. Tyson Jost is shooting a lot, but I don't think I want any part of Wilson. Soderberg off the third line, if you wanted to go there, I wouldn't argue with you, but I don't think you need that either. So that's what we're looking at. I mean, that's the slate. So with that being said, man, let me jump in. I'll do the game quick here. Picking a bolder award here, man, might be a little bit of a difficult one here, but we'll start with the diamond stack. Let me see how they have it listed. I think I got my diamond stack, man. They are the second line. Vancouver second line, guys. That's who I want right there. Vancouver line 2. Josh Levo, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser. My snowflake stack. Excuse me. I want to go a little I'm going to take a little bit of a shot, right? Not going to be able to do it, but I'm going to go to the Minnesota game, I guess. And I'll go Minnesota line 1 with Zucker, Stahl, and Granlund. Raiders fan is taking Rene. I thought about Rene. Winnipeg 2 is a good pick for a diamond stack, too. I like that Vancouver, man. St. Louis 1. Yeah, St. Louis 1 is certainly a great diamond or a snowflake stack. My bolder guys, man, I'm struggling with the bolder. My bolder goalie will be Luongo. Luongo for the shutout in Florida. I really like Florida here. I really like Florida. I don't want no St. Louis. I like Washington, no Detroit. I like Vancouver, no Columbus. Toronto, Carolina, I'll dig into a little more. I might fade that game. If anything, I see myself on Toronto's side. Los Angeles, nothing from there for me. Buffalo, maybe a little. I don't want no Arizona. I think I can stay away from Boston, too. Hellebuck's a good pick. I don't want no Minnesota. I'm on the Montreal side of that. Edmonton, Colorado, I think I'm going to stay away from that game, man, other than maybe taking a shot on Koskinen. I don't want no Chicago. They're not DFS relevant at all unless it's really just Taves and Kane. So Winnipeg for me there. And I like a little bit of Ottawa, but man, I just don't know how that game's going to play out. Neither team is scoring enough, so I think they might just stay under that 6, and I might end up fading the Ottawa and might just end up fading Ottawa and Nashville all the way around. With that being said, that's a slate, so we'll be able to get out of here. Guys, I have all the love in the world for Hellebuck. But like I think I mentioned it a few videos back there, he just doesn't seem to be the same Hellebuck as last year. He kind of like not that swagger, right? You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense or not. I just seem like I don't know, like he just lost a little bit of his confidence and a little bit of his edge. I'd like to see him get it back because I think that they could go somewhere here. I think they're put together well enough to make a pretty decent run. So that's it, guys. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Share the channel video. Do all that fun stuff. Check us out on Twitter at JoeMiner3131. You can follow the channel at DFS Quarry. And be back again tomorrow night. Thanks for Cole, Raiders fan, stopping by. Be back again. Another breakdown tomorrow. Good luck to you guys tomorrow. Good luck to everybody who watches the video. There's a lot of plays here. So, you know, like I always say on these bigger slates, man, I think you gotta take a stand somewhere. Once you figure out where you're gonna take a stand there and stand by it and go with it. You can't play all the goalies. You can't play all the plays. You can't play 10% of everybody. It just does not work like that. All you're doing is spinning wheels, man. So take a stand. Hope some of my picks help you out, work out for you. If you use them, let a comment down below. And like I said, we'll see you again here tomorrow night. And good luck to everyone.